Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live edition of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. As always, I'm Koby. We got Mike, and Happy New Year, man.
Hey, Happy New Year's to you and everyone watching as well. It seems like every time we come on for another episode, we have some breaking news. But most importantly for this episode, we have some game picks for the last week of the season, week 18. Cannot wait to get into those.
Yeah, I mean, we made that bet a long time ago. I had that early lead. You took it back. I didn't like it. I took it back, and it's close going into these.
Now I'm fighting for my life
picks.
right now. So yeah, just to start us off, just some follow up from this past episode. So we know Stephon Diggs. He had the charge of assault and strangulation, which was unfortunate for him and the team, and potentially who was involved in that. But as we said, the NFL came out with a statement and said we are aware of the matter and have been in contact with the club, but they're not going to make any further comments at this time. We kind of knew this. We said he wasn't going to get suspended, definitely not for the playoffs. So, yeah, no surprise here that NFL doesn't have anything else to say, and Patriots didn't even come out with a statement at all.
Yeah, like you said, we keep getting these reports of these guys, but there's also never seems to be like any real punishment for them either. Like, maybe like a $25,000 fine or something, but to a guy that's making all these millions of dollars, like I feel like punishments need to be stricter. And maybe, people might start cleaning their acts up or something, because this happens way too much now. We're early into this. Maybe, it'll all work itself out or whatnot. Just unfortunate stories.
Yeah, and to follow up with his brother Trayvon Diggs, he had some good news. We said that he wouldn't be out there for long, and he was not. He was picked up by the Packers. They had some injuries at DB, so no surprise that the Packers was going to be one of the teams that has some potential in signing him.
Yeah, that's good news for him. He went to sleep, missing the playoffs, and woke up in the playoffs. So, but yeah, that's a good signing. You knew somebody like in playoff contention was going to take a chance on him. I mean, he's a multi-time Pro Bowl. So, kind of like a high risk, low reward type. So,
we'll see how his play is. I know, we said this year his season was not the best. He was dealing with some nagging injuries throughout the season, but his play did take a step back. So we'll see if the motivation of making the playoffs this season and being on a new team will kind of also show with his play as well. Some news that we were not expecting was to see Troy Aikman pop up on the feed today, but he was picked up as an advisor to the Miami Dolphins for their GM search. I think that this is a good idea. You kind of want all of the advice and the good football minds that you could think of to try to solidify a good GM. So I like this hire. They said it's not going to be long term; it's just temporary. But I do like this pickup for just to bring him in, just to have some conversations and try to find the best GM that they can find.
Yeah, I mean, Troy's never, as far as I know, really been in any sort of like management role, but he does come with a lot of football experience, a lot of football knowledge, and whether or not it works out, it's still the Dolphins are still trying to do something to improve going forward. That's not always going to pay out, but but as long as you're putting effort in, you can't really fault them for that.
Yeah, totally agree. And I mean, the Miami Dolphins, they basically hit rock bottom this season. We thought that the head coach was going to be fired many weeks ago. They definitely got rid of the GM, but I think they should rebuild this team, and this is a step forward and moving in the right direction. Of bringing Troy Aikman in to try to find the leader for that franchise.
Yeah.
And just to start us into the festivities, hey, we both tied up last week.
Mm-hmm.
Our records. I'm still down 2.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if you was to tell me to start the season off that we would be under 100 losses and basically plus 50
Yeah.
in our record, hey, I probably wouldn't believe it. But we've been making some solid picks this season, and this week is for everything right now. I have 2
Yeah.
games to make up,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm basically fighting for my life this week.
Yeah. I starting this off. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but I think we've been doing pretty well, and
Mhm.
I've had a blast with it. So
Yeah, man. So to start us off, first game to discuss is a team that I've kind of been riding with for the past few weeks. Don't
mm-hmm.
know if I'm riding with them this week, but the Carolina Panthers face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks are favored at home by 3. This is a big divisional game for all the marbles for the division champs right here. And to get this game as the first game on a Saturday was surprising to me. I thought they will put this into a more primetime spot. But how do you see this game between the Panthers and the Bucks shaking out?
Let's see. Well, the Bucks were one of the hottest teams to start this year, and unfortunately for them, they've really cooled off. The Panthers have been at their best mid-level. They did beat the Rams. They did have a little win streak going on. And I do believe the Panthers won the first matchup a couple weeks ago in
Mhm.
Carolina, but Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. I know you're the biggest Carolina Panthers fan I know right now, but I am going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win the division and get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs.
Oh man. Okay, so this is going to be the first game that I can try to
Mm-hmm.
um, make some games up with. So I am going to continue to ride with the Carolina Panthers to get a win on the road. They had a tough game last week against the Seahawks. Any team going against the Seahawks right now is probably going to come up short.
Yeah.
But like you said, they had some success against the Panthers, the Bucks a couple weeks ago. And hopefully, even though that was a close game, I think it was like 23-20, something like that. Hopefully, they can continue to build from that game, learn from whatever mistakes that they made, and find a way to win on the road. I think it will be a great story for that franchise. I need this win. Give me the Panthers to get a win on the road.
And also, anybody that's watching live, whether on Tik or on Twitch or YouTube, go ahead and throw your guesses into see if you agree with us sports masterminds in any of this. So we got Alex out there right now. Thank you for joining in.
So next we have the dominant Seattle Seahawks facing the San Francisco 49ers in San Fran, and they're favored on the road by 1.5. In this game, even though it's a big game, I'm gonna take this one first
Okay.
because hey, I'm just solid. I'm solid in this pick right here. We have basically the number one team in the NFC, the Seahawks, facing arguably the number 2 team in the NFC. And it's just something about this 49ers team right now. They have great coaching. Brock Purdy is playing at an all-time high level. Defense is playing well. And even though the Seahawks is, basically beating up on a lot of opponents, I think that the Seahawks is beating up on some low-level type of teams. They just beat the Panthers last week. But the 49ers earlier in the season in Seattle did come away and find a way to win. on the road. Now it's at home. Give me the 49ers to find a way to beat the Seahawks and get me a win. I need another win. I'm trying to stack them. Give me the 49ers.
I could. I mean, I have my paper right here with my picks on it. Anytime you go first, I could just agree with you. But I'm a man of integrity. You were just talking about the Carolina Bucs game, and you said that they got beat down by the Seahawks, and that the Seahawks would beat down on anybody, and then just went against them. Man, come on. But no, I did think about this game a little bit when I was going through. Out of all the games this week, I'd say this one's probably the most must see. But yeah, man, I know it's going to come down to Sam Darnold, and this is going to be a prime spot for him to show that he is the real deal going into San Francisco, and I am taking the Seattle Seahawks.
I like it. Hopefully, these are my two games where that's all I need. But,
I mean, we're 2 for 2 on opposites here. So
hey, I'm sure we're gonna have a lot piling up in this game. Next, we have the Indianapolis Colts facing the Houston Texans. Texans are favored at home by 10.5. This game, I don't think we need to talk about it for a long time. Houston Texans is they still have the number 1 defense in the league. Colts still have some nagging injuries, and they have Phillip Rivers at quarterback. Give me the Texans at home to get a win.
Yeah, I mean, the Texans have made Mahomes look silly. Herbert look silly. Josh Allen look silly. They are not going to put Phillip Rivers on a pedestal this week. Yeah, this is pretty easy. Give me the Texans.
Yeah, man. Alex saying, should he place a bet? I think he should, man. Hey, why not just place a bet on our picks? You can either pick Kobe's picks or mine. Throw them in on draft, or pick both. Put 2 bet slips in on and see what you saw that record, man. We both plus 50 right now on the season, so why not?
The fact that we haven't been like putting $1 like or whatever on every game this week, like seeing our records is just mind blowing. We talk about it all the time, and I never. You know what? I'm gonna do it this week. And I'm gonna post my bet slip when I do it. So
post mine because it's gonna be more successful. Throw mine up there, man. I'm trying to make a comeback. But next we have the Dallas Cowboys facing the New York Giants on the road. However, the Cowboys are favored by 3.5 in this game. How do you see this game?
I'm actually not sure. What did I pick here? Okay, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, I think with Dak, CD, Pickens, I think they're all playing. That's just going to be too much for the Giants. The Giants have lost a lot of star power like as the year went on. I know Dallas is on the road, and it should be a fairly close game, I'd imagine. But I think there's too much firepower on the Cowboys offense. So I like Dallas. Here we go.
I'm going to put up Alex's comments in a second because I want to go first. But I agree with him. But so I was on Dallas to win this game because of the reasons you said, the firepower. That to me, Dak is the best QB in this matchup. And they have the better skill players. So do I want to do it? Hold on. Okay. They have the better skill players. But they almost gave up the game against my Commanders on Christmas. They let us come back. We only lost by 7 points, 30-23. I think the New York Giants is going to want to finish the season off with a bang. And NFC East games are unpredictable. Dallas, I think once you get up on Dallas, they're just going to want to head back home. So I think the Giants is going to come out fighting in this game. That defense is really good still. Give me the Giants to pull off the upset at home. like Alex said, he said, let's go Giants. He definitely agreed. But this is what I agree with. I really don't care about.
Yeah.
I don't care about either one of these teams. I dislike them both. But yeah, give me the Giants to get a win at home this week.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm fighting, man. I'm fighting for my life this week. Next, we have the Cleveland Browns facing the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals being favored at home by 7.5. This one is near and dear to you. How do you see it?
Man, ever since Joe Burrows came back, that offense is starting to look like that offense again. They beat up on the Cardinals big time last week. So, and there's us. Offensive line injuries, no discipline. Shador has a terrible interception every single game, but I don't give a damn about any of that. Myles Garrett needs 1 sack for this record. That Cincinnati Bengals offensive line is terrible. That defense is terrible. Not only is Myles Garrett going to get 3 sacks this game, we are going to go into Cincinnati, get the win, and get an even lower draft pick now because we can't even lose properly. So give me the dogs in Cincinnati this week.
Ooh. I was not expecting that. So that Browns defense, when they're on, they're on. When they're off, good luck. Because that offense is going to struggle. To me, it doesn't matter what defense that Browns offense is up against. Shador is due to throw 1 pick at least, yeah. 1 touchdown that may get caught in the wind and find its way into a receiver's hands. I do believe that Myles Garrett will get the sack record because that Bengals offensive line is trash. However, that Bengals offense, if it gets rolling, I don't think that the Browns offense can keep up with the Bengals if it does get on the roll. So give me the Bengals to squeak out a win at home against the Browns.
Hey, the Bengals was the easy pick. That was my gift to you this year, being a homer. So
it sounds like Alex is in the dog pound right now.
Yeah, we got the dogs barking in the chat.
All right, another big divisional game. We have the New Orleans Saints facing the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons being favored at home by 3.5. This is a big game. Saints are coming off their 4th win in a row, and Falcons are coming off a big, huge upset win against the Rams. How do you see this game?
I mean, just like you're like the biggest Panther fan I know, I might be the biggest Saints fan but not this week. I think Atlanta's just a better team. I don't know where the success has been coming from New Orleans. I know, Tyler Shuck has been, looking like a franchise type guy. But we talked about firepower and, Kirk Cousins, London, Pitts, Bijan's getting more involved again. And I do think Atlanta's defense is still pretty solid, which should give the Saints offense some trouble. So I am going with Atlanta at home.
Yeah, I was hoping you was going the other way in this one, but I agree. I do think Atlanta looked really good. That defense looked really, really good last week against the Rams, stopping probably one of the top offenses in the league. Yes, Tyler Shuck is playing good these past few weeks. However, that defense last week really showed something for the Falcons. So I'm also taking the Falcons to get a win at home this week. Alex is not like Cousins, and neither do I. After that, you like that situation.
Yeah,
so
that's funny though.
Yeah. Next, we have another divisional game. The Green Bay Packers facing the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings being favored at home. I'll go first in this one, even
Wow,
though
I'm
I might
surprised.
switch up. I might switch up just in case you double up on me. But Green Bay, they already have a playoff berth. However, they are still dealing with some nagging injuries. I know they said Jordan Love was cleared from concussion protocol, but I don't think he'll play this week.
No, he's not.
So, and the Vikings, they've been playing really well. That defense is just flying around.
Mm-hmm.
The offense, however, I don't know. Even though the offense is not looking good for the Vikings, that defense, I think, can do enough to slow down Malik Willis and that offense. So I'm going to go with the Vikings at home to try to get a win, and it's probably going to be a close one, but give me the Vikings.
Well, I was going to correct you. Malik Willis is also not playing. The Packers are rolling out Clayton Tune this week.
Oh, wow. Is Willis hurt?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
So I had the Vikings down because of that. I think I probably would have took Minnesota even if Willis was playing. But I don't know. Like the Packers defense, since Mike has been out, isn't really what it used to be. I know they have Diggs now. I don't know if he'll get out there at all. But yeah, JJ McCarthy, he hasn't been like putting up huge numbers, but I think he can put up enough to help Minnesota get the win at home. So I did see a thing that said before Matthew Golden, who was the rookie receiver for the Packers, before he transferred to Texas, I forget what school it was, Clayton Tune was his quarterback his freshman year there, and he had like 10 or 11 touchdowns or something like that. But I mean, that didn't really play into my decision at all, but that's just a little fact.
Yeah. Now that Willis isn't playing, I'm definitely glad I picked the Vikings. And next we have the Tennessee Titans going on the road to face the hot Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars being favored by a lot. Don't need to stay long on this one. Give me Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville, we talked about it last episode. They got hot at the right time. They've like Trevor Lawrence is balling out. They're steamrolling teams, and now they get gifted Tennessee at home to close out the season. I like Jacksonville.
Yep. Next, the Arizona Cardinals facing the Rams. Rams being favored at home by 7.5. This is another one. Rams are still trying to fight for seeding in the playoffs. Arizona is playing terrible for the entire season. They're just fighting for a higher draft pick. So give me the Rams to get a win.
Yeah, this was another no-brainer for me. The Cardinals defense got torched by the Bengals last week, and it's not going to be any different with Matthew Stafford and those boys coming out. So, yeah, I like the Rams.
All right. Next, we have the LA Chargers. Your LA Chargers playing the Denver Broncos. Broncos being favored by a lot at home. And, yeah, that Chargers team, we've been saying it probably a lot throughout the season. They'll have a few games where they're playing really well, but then they'll go the opposite way and have some games where they just look like one of the worst teams in the league, and that's how they're kind of looking now. They're not playing consistent football. Defense is giving up a lot of big plays, and now they're facing one of the top defenses in the league at home. I'm sure that Denver is not going to be sitting a lot of players. They're still trying to fight for that number one spot. So give me the Broncos to get a win at home.
Yeah, I like the Broncos too. I picked against them when I thought it would end, and I got it right, and I'm not picking against them anymore. So yeah, I like the Broncos.
Yeah, it seems like Alex he doesn't have any hate in his heart right now. So
that's good. That's
good. Next, we have the Kansas City Chiefs facing the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Chiefs are favored on the road this week by 5.5. How do you see this game?
Yeah, obviously the Chiefs have had a like unfortunate turn of event as this season went on. Losing Mahomes but the Raiders have just been terrible all year. And I did think about this one a little bit, but I don't know if it really matter who the quarterback is for the Chiefs. They still have Andy Reid like running the show. They can get Pacheco and Kareem Hunt going a little bit. So I do like Kansas City to go into Vegas and get a win.
All right. This one, hey, Raiders have been losing all season.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to get a win to propel themselves into the off season and next season, it is going to be this week. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders.
I don't hate
it. The awful, horrible, just terrible Las Vegas Raiders team. They can find a way to get a win at home against the Chiefs. The Chiefs they gave up this season. They have a lot of injuries. Give me the Raiders, man. Find a way to win at home.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Like I said, I thought about it a little bit, but I just ended up going with Kansas City. So,
yeah, man. I got to do it, man. We're gonna have so many differences this week. It's crazy. And next we have the Miami Dolphins facing the New England Patriots in New England, and the Patriots are favored at home by 10. We don't need to stay long on this one. Patriots are still fighting for first place. They're going to get a win at home. Give me the Patriots.
Yeah, I like the Patriots as well. Miami just, doesn't have it this year. They'll probably fire Coach Mike McDaniel, who will probably end up back in Cleveland in the offseason. But, New England by at least 10.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Next, a big game that I am ready for. He says, swim, Dolphins, swim. The next game, I am my Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
We had a rough season so far, coming down to the end. We thought that this game was going to be a lot bigger at the start of the season than what it turned out to be right now. We thought that this game was probably going to be for the division. However, it's not. How do you see this game? I'm going to finish this one up. How do you see this game going?
Man, I think I've only picked the Commanders like once or twice this year, and I'm not doing it again right here. If the Eagles sit players, which it seems like they will, I look at their second string of like AJ Dillon. They got that other guy from Jacksonville earlier in the year. I actually don't know who their quarterback would be, but I'm not really worried about that either. I think they're still going to be able to get pressure on whoever, Josh Johnson. I just like the Eagles.
All right. So, yes, my team has been a dumpster fire. Probably for majority of the season. We lost probably at some point 8 or 9 games in a row. We lost probably 8 or 9 out of our last 10 games. But with that being said, F the Eagles, man. F the Eagles, man.
There it is.
They beat us 2 weeks ago at home, but hey, they had all their players there. This week, I do believe that a lot of their starters, if they do start, they're not gonna play the entire game. Hopefully, at the end, once their starters come out, we can try to find a way to sneak back and get a win. So, give me my Washington Commanders to get a win on the road. Hey, I'm riding, man. You riding with your Browns for week 18?
And I appreciate that.
I'm riding with the Commanders for week 18. So, and Alex is being a homer as well. He guesses. But yeah, give me the Commanders to get a win this week.
I like it.
Next, we have the Detroit Lions facing the Chicago Bears. Bears being favored at home by 3. Chicago is that surprise team that we did not think would be at this spot at the end of the season, and Detroit we did think would be a lot better than what they ended up being. With that being said, give me the Bears to finish this season off the way it started. Detroit is not playing good at all. That secondary is continue that Detroit defense. That secondary is horrible. But yeah, give me the Chicago Bears to get a win at home.
Yeah, I had to look back down on my paper, but yeah, I was confident with my first answer. Yeah, I like the Bears as well. We talk about how Ben Johnson has that offense rolling, and when the offense is rolling like that, you mentioned the Lions' defense, especially the secondary. I keep thinking back to like a month ago, watching them get cut up by Jameis Winston out there, like that. That's just constantly playing in my head, and I cannot pick Detroit to win a game, man. So I like the Bears as well.
All right, 2 games left to go. We have the New York Jets facing the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. Another game where Buffalo might sit a lot of players, but with that being said, it's still Buffalo. Give me the Bills to get a win at home this week.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of thought process for this one either. I mean, it could have been the Jets at home. It just wouldn't have mattered. I like the Bills.
For sure. Next, probably one of the biggest games for Week 18. We have the Baltimore Ravens on the road in Pittsburgh facing the Steelers for the AFC North crown. How do you see this game?
Oh, man. This one was tough. Lamar says he is 100% and coming back, but he also said he was 100% when he came back the first time and just looked absolutely terrible. I know Pittsburgh's coming off that loss to us, but they were playing to avoid giving up the sack record and not playing to win the game. Now this is a must-win. This is a win and you're in situation for both these teams. So I think Pittsburgh is going to come out. It's going to be rowdy up there. All those damn ugly, terrible towels are going to be swinging around. But this is a perfect spot for a veteran quarterback like Rodgers to go in there and win, like a win or go home game. Give me Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. And that kind of makes me sick to say, but I can't say the Ravens either. So
what I can say is the Ravens. Hey, man, we in the DMV, man, even though some Baltimore, people don't consider themselves in the DMV, but, give me the Baltimore Ravens to get a win on the road to take the division crown. Lamar, like you said, he's been dealing with injuries all season. He's going to try to thug it out this weekend and play. But I think if they stick to the formula that they had last week and just give the ball to Derrick Henry 25 plus times, they'll have some success. They can run that clock down. They can wear down that Pittsburgh D line and that defense. Give Derrick Henry the ball. I think that they'll have some success. You don't have to put the ball in Lamar's hands since he's coming off injury. Put it all on Derrick Henry. Let him lead you to the playoffs. That defense is struggling. But again, the Steelers do not have DK Metcalf. I think they're also missing another player, either a tight end or somebody who got injured in that Browns game.
Washington.
Yeah, so that offense I think is going to struggle because they don't have the skilled players that they need. And I think that the Baltimore Ravens will be fired up for this game. So give me the Ravens to find a way to win.
Yeah, this was it really was a tough call to me because everything you said was like Derrick Henry getting the ball like he is. But I don't know. It's just one of those games. I can see this going either way. I know Baltimore's favored, Well, I'm really riding with Tomlin and Rodgers here. So,
hey, with as many differences that we have this week, I mean,
I think it's
hey,
6.
Yeah. This game can this week can go is anybody's
I'm gonna be
week.
sick to
So
my stomach if I lose by like 3 games.
yeah, we have 7 games that we went different. The first
7.
roll, no, because you went Texans too, I think. So 1, 2,
Mm-hmm.
3. First game, second game, that Giants game, Cleveland game. You went Chiefs?
Yep, Chiefs and Raiders.
Yep. So I think we have 7, 1, 2, 3,
Commanders,
4,
Eagles, and
5,
then
6, 7. Yeah, so 7
okay.
games to decide it all, man. So
Man, we've been within 2, like at the most 3 differences all year. Now coming down to this last week, 7 differences. Like this is gonna be crazy.
yeah, man. And with the record, we can post that again. With the record being so close, these 7 games can definitely decide it all. I'm hoping that I can at least get 4 out of these 7 and come away with the win. But yeah, we definitely will see about that. But a lot of games to look forward to. I'm kind of excited to kind of get through with the regular season and on to the wild card week. It's going to be a lot of great playoff matchups on the NFC, especially, but also on the AFC. So a lot of fresh teams that was not in the playoffs last season. So not a lot of new faces that we can see in the playoffs this season as well.
Yeah, and it's been a fun season. But there's just playoff football. I like everything is just elevated in the playoffs. The way it should be. I'm excited to see how these like some teams that we haven't really seen at the top in a long time, see if they can make a name for themselves. The Chiefs dynasty seems to be over. The Eagles are probably looking to go back to back, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of good storylines to follow through as we wrap this thing up. So
yeah, I know it definitely wasn't a fun team, a fun season for my Commanders and your Browns, but yeah, man, it just goes to show that once you get in the playoffs, any team can make it to as far as they want to go. The Commanders are a testament to that. So definitely will be a fun playoffs. We'll be all over that one, still making our picks for each round of the playoffs as well. Did you have anything else before we wrapped up?
Not a whole lot, but as we are approaching the end of the NFL season, that doesn't mean we're done. We're going to be picking it right back up with NBA action, which will probably be about at its midway mark, pretty close. So there will be quite a bit of NBA action to cover, and keep an eye out for maybe a new little betting segment we might have coming up. And yeah, man, going into 2026, we're going to keep trying to come up with new ideas, try to keep this as entertaining for you guys as possible. 2025 was fun. We appreciate all the support so far. And yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, man, definitely have a lot to look forward to. And like you said, we definitely appreciate the support, getting us closer to our goal of 200 subscribers. When we started this thing off just a few months ago, we had no idea that we would be at almost 200 subs at this point of the season. So we do thank you for that always. Let me see. Let me get this last Alex talking about hopefully moving into next season, we can be at that point. Definitely going to start getting these picks going as well, because to see our record at plus 50 with these NFL picks for the season, we definitely should be putting some money towards that as well. So as always, we thank you for the support. Hit that subscribe button so you know the next time that we go live or we drop another video. Leave us a comment as well. Let us know what you think. And as always, peace. See you next time.
See you guys.